Hi guys, welcome to my video. My name is Jennifer, and today I am going to talk about how changing the way you think can change your life. As someone who has previously been through major depression, I know what it is like to have a serious mental illness. I understand what it is like to feel exhausted, hopeless and sad every day, and to feel like I am wallowing in misery all the time. I totally understand this feeling, as I have been there myself. Because of my history of mental illness, I am always learning new ways to improve my mental well-being to prevent relapse and to live a healthier and happier life. And so, I have lots of tips to offer for everyone, whether you are going through an episode of depression or other mental illness, or whether you just want to learn more about mental health. You may even be a mental professional looking to see different perspectives in mental health. Whatever situation you are in, I am just glad you are here watching this video. Feel free to stick around. I am going to start by talking about what thoughts are. So, what are thoughts? The most common definition of thoughts is that they are just an internal process of pondering over something. They can be conscious or unconscious. Conscious thoughts are when we purposely think about something, like what am I going to do with the rest of my day? Unconscious thoughts are where the thoughts are more hidden in ways and that we are not aware of their existence. For example, sometimes if I am feeling sad about something but I did not deal with it appropriately, it clouded my judgment and every single person I encountered seemed sad to me. This was a sign that I was having negative unconscious thoughts that were making me sad. I believe both conscious and unconscious thoughts are important because they can both shape our mental well-being. This concept was particularly promoted by Henry Thomas Hamblin, where he wrote a book called The Power of Thought in the 1920s. I know you may think, this book was written from so long ago. Surely things may have changed a lot since then? Yes, you may be right in some ways. However, there are still some things, I believe, that still hold true many years later. For example, the sun has always been the sun, it has always been there. Air has always been the air, and it has always been there. It is the same for human thoughts. As humans, we have been having thoughts since so long ago, and it is still the same for us today. We still have thoughts in our head as humans. We still think about food like what are we going to eat today, or think about our home like where are we going to stay today, or think about how to protect ourselves from danger like how do I stay safe and free from harm, and so forth. Anyways, according to Hamblin, our thoughts have some sort of spiritual power, as they can influence us into doing actions that can ultimately change even the earth itself. For example, our concerns about climate change influence us all to plant more trees. We don't just miraculously plant trees out of the blue without thinking about the process, we plant trees as a result of thoughts and wanting the earth to stay stable. So, as you can see, our thoughts are crucial. Our thoughts can constantly change and can evolve into different kinds of branches, which can affect our actions and ultimately our life. For example, I will now tell two scenarios that start from the same point but branch out into different outcomes. Mary wakes up in the morning and starts her day with a negative thought like I don't want to go to school. School is boring. Because Mary thinks school is boring, she goes back to sleep and snoozes her alarm clock several times. After the third snooze, her mother comes in and asks her, "Why are you not getting ready for school yet?" So her mother persuades Mary to go to school, and Mary reluctantly gets up. Although Mary manages to dismiss the negative thought and chooses to go to school, she is late. Because Mary is late, she did not get to hear the teacher's revision of mathematics. Because Mary skipped the revision, she did not do as well on the mathematics test the next day. And because she did not do so well on the mathematics test the next day, she began to tell herself maybe I am just not so good at mathematics. School is even more boring than I thought. With this belief in mind, Mary then lost confidence in herself. Now, what if Mary starts the morning with a positive thought like I want to go to school? School is boring, but I can get to meet my friends? Because Mary thinks going to school is fine, she switches off her alarm clock and heads off to prepare for school. Her mother comes in and sees that she has already woken up, and tells her let's get ready for school. Mary then arrives on time for her mathematics class, and she listens as her teacher goes through the mathematics revision. Then, the next day, Mary does slightly better on the mathematics test. When she found out that she did okay in the mathematics test, she began to tell herself maybe I am okay at mathematics. School may be boring, but still it is fine, I suppose. With this belief in mind, Mary maintained her usual confidence. Based on these two scenarios, can you tell how even one single belief in your mind can change the course of your life? Since we have lots of thoughts in our heads every day, imagine the positive changes we can have if we have more positive thoughts than negative thoughts in our head. Of course, it is great if we can all think positive. That way no one will be depressed. We will all be happy, healthy, and live productive lives. However, in reality, it is not that simple to improve our mental well-being. If all we need to do is think positive, then I am sure everyone will be free from depression by now. Yet many people are still depressed in this world. Why is that? I suppose we still don't know all the reasons for poor mental well-being, as there are too many complicated reasons, but we do know some reasons why many people are depressed. According to Hamblin's book, most people don't think negative thoughts on purpose. Most people wouldn't want to make themselves thinking in negative ways, feeling sad and unhappy on purpose, but yet they still feel sad and unhappy. So if many people don't want to be depressed, then why do they have depression in the first place? The answer is more simple than you think. The reason is plain simple. People may simply just be unaware of the negative thoughts within their brain. The negativity may just be a bad habit that has stuck inside many people's heads for too long, that they are simply not aware of its destructive power. According to Hamblin, many people with mental illnesses are victims of ignorance. They underestimated the power of negativity. As shown by the example with Mary, one negative belief, I don't want to go to school, may lead to many more negative events. Had Mary knew that her one negative belief could change the grades on her mathematics test later in the future, she would not have wanted to believe the negative thought. Though Hamblin was correct in saying that negativity was destructive in some ways, I can't help but think we do need some negativity in our life. For example, if we cross the traffic lights, we need the negative thought we may get hit, so we need to watch out for cars. If all we have are positive thoughts in our mind, then we may just say to ourselves negativity is bad, so I should just cross the road without a care. This kind of naive positivity is not going to help. So I guess the key is to be positive yet realistic at the same time. Now, some people may start to say I tried to think reasonably positive, but it just doesn't make any difference. Well, maybe there was a difference, and you may not be aware that your positive attitude had changed something. For example, let's get back to the example with Mary. Because Mary has a positive attitude when she wakes up, she eventually ended up getting a fine grade in the mathematics test. Had she begun her day with a negative belief, she may have gotten late to class revision, leading to a lower grade in mathematics test. So, what I am trying to say is if you feel like you are being reasonably positive but you are not making any progress in your life, you probably are already making progress. It's just that you are unaware of it. So, Keep going and thinking reasonably positive thoughts. Overall, as shown through this video, the kind of thoughts you have within your brain really can influence your actions, which can ultimately change your life. So, it is important to be on the right path and try to be positive and realistic at the same time. You are more likely to be happier, which can result in amazing changes to your life. Did this video help you to better understand the relationship between your thoughts and your mental well-being? I hope it did. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more content like these, please subscribe to my channel. Have a happy rest of the day. See you later.